Hey everybody, this is Navneet. In this video, we'll talk some good question on vectors. So let's have a look. If the resultant of n forces of different magnitudes acting at a point is 0, then minimum value of n is. So here we have a problem where we have to find the minimum number of forces acting on a point so that the resultant of these forces is equal to 0. So suppose we have n vectors satisfying that n vectors actually n forces so that mode of each forces are unequal. Okay, so let us suppose the forces as p, q, r, and the magnitude of these forces are unequal. So suppose this is case 1. Okay, this is case 1 in which we have only one vector, and since mod of vector p is not equal to 0, because if the mod of p is equal to 0, that means the force applied at point a is equal to 0. That means there is no meaning of the question. So the mod p should not equal to 0, so that the force should not equal to 0. So if this is a point a and this is the force, so the one force is not sufficient to nullify the resultant force applied at the point A. So this case is wrong. Consider the case 2. We have two vectors. If I have two vectors, then what should be the orientation of the vectors so that the resultant of these vectors should be 0? So this is obvious that the directions of these two vectors should be opposite. Okay, this is very obvious that the directions of these two vectors, vector p and vector q, actually force p and force q should be opposite direction, so that these nullify each other and the resultant should be 0. But since the mod of p is not equal to mod of q, hence this cannot be nullify each other. Okay, so the resultant will not equal to 0. So this is a wrong case. This is not our answer. Consider the case 3, where we have three vectors, vector p, vector q, and vector r. Okay, so here a situation may arise that resultant of p and q will be like the resultant of p and q will be equal and opposite of vector r, that means force r. In this case, this is the resultant of vector p and q. Okay, this is the resultant of force p and force q, and it is equal and opposite to vector r, that means force r. So there may be a case that here the resultant at the point a is equal to 0. Resultant of these two forces 0. Another case may arise that resultant of vector p and r, resultant of force p and r is equal and opposite to vector q. This is vector q and this is resultant of vector p and r. So here also the resultant of these two vectors may be 0. And another case may arise that resultant of vector q and r, that means resultant of force q and force r, q and r will be equal and opposite to vector p, that means force p. So here also these two makes resultant 0. So this is the case where the resultant of these three forces may be 0. So the right answer is case 3, that means n is equal to 3. That means the minimum number of forces are 3 which should be applied at a point a. The resultant of these forces are 0, so that the resultant of these forces are 0. Okay, the next question is, our next problem is, find the resultant of three vectors OA, OB, and OC shown in the following figure, and the given radius of the circle is r. So here is the figure. This is a circle, consider it circle. This is point A, B, and C, and this is origin. Actually this is point 2. This is OA vector, this is OB, and this is OC, and this angle is 45. This angle is also 45, and we have to find the resultant of these three vectors OA, OB, and OC. So look at the solution here. First we have to draw the coordinate axis. This simplifies the question. So here is the x-axis and this is y-axis. This is point A on x-axis and this is point C on y-axis, and this is point B somewhere between point A and point C. It is in first quadrant, and this angle is 45 and this angle is also 45. So this is very good question on resolving the vectors. Okay, so all I need to do is resolve the OB vector on x-axis and y-axis. This is the basic procedure which I have to do. So resolve this OB vector on x-axis and y-axis. This distance is r because the radius is r. So this is r, and this also will be r. So resolve the OB vector on x-axis and y-axis. So OB is r. So the x-axis, the component of r, OB vector on x-axis is equal to r cos 45. So r this a plus r cos 45, and on y-axis this is r, this is initially r plus, and the resolving the OB vector on y-axis, this will be r plus r cos 45 or r sin 45, because this angle is 45 and this is also 45. So either take is r cos 45 or r sin 45. Both the value is same, r cos 45 or r sin 45. If this is 45, this will be r cos 45 and r sin 45. Since this is also 45, then this will be r cos 45 and this also will be r cos 45. Okay, now on x-axis we have the coordinate r plus r cos 45, and the y-axis also r plus r cos 45 or r sin 45. Now next, the r cos 45 is, since the value of cos 45 is 1 by root 2, so this will be the r plus r by root 2, and this also will be the r plus r by root 2, and this angle is alpha. Suppose this is our resultant vector, and we have to find the vector p. This is vector p. Okay, this is also vector p, and this angle is alpha. Consider this angle is alpha. The resultant p makes an angle alpha from the x-axis. Now we have to find the magnitude and direction alpha. So the magnitude, we have the formula resultant of two vectors, vector a square plus b square, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos alpha. So here we have two vectors, vector this, that means r plus r by root 2, and this, and we have to find the resultant of magnitude of resultant of these two vectors, that means we have mod of p. So the mod of p is equal to r plus r by root 2 whole square plus this, and r plus r by root 2 whole square plus 2 this, and cos, and this is angle between these two vectors, this vector, and this is nothing but 90 degree. Okay, so this is cos 90 degree. Since cos 90 is 0, so this whole will be 0. So we have remaining r plus r by root 2 whole square plus r plus r by root 2 whole square, that means twice of r plus r by root 2 whole square. So this will become 2 twice r plus r by root 2 whole square, and this will be 0. So this will be root 2, and since this is square, so it will come out of the root, so r plus r by root 2, and now this will be root 2 plus r divided by root 2 r plus r divided by root 2, and this is root 2 cancel. So finally we have mod of p is equal to r1 plus root 2. Take r common here, so r1 plus root 2. Alpha is damn predictable, since this angle is alpha, and this vectors are equal. So the tan alpha is equal to this divided by this, since this will be 1, tan alpha is equal to 1, so alpha is equal to 45. Okay, so here is the answer. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.